What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I have a whole bunch of affordable makeup sitting right here in front of me. I think I have a full face, pretty much everything except for a new concealer and a powder. But yeah, we're gonna sit down together. I'm gonna try all this on. We're gonna test out the formula, see how it goes on, how these products work together, and do sort of an unofficial wear test. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to actually do like a check-in throughout the day and then sit down tonight, but I can definitely kind of give you a little update with a video on my cell phone. But I've got a little bit of everything. I've got some e.l.f., some Wet n Wild, some Moira, Flower Beauty. So yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in and get my hair out of my face, and we're gonna jump into this. All right, y'all, let's jump into this. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the e.l.f. bronzing drops. I picked these up. These are new. They just launched. These do retail for $12 and they come in 3 different shades. I picked up rose gold. I didn't really know which one to get, but this was the one that I guess looked best for me, but I don't have any moisturizer on my face yet, so I'm going to go ahead and mix this in with my moisturizer. According to the brand, that's the best way to do it. I've seen a couple of people go in straight onto their skin, and it's patchy, it's gross, it doesn't work. So I just took a little bit of my In Beauty Project moisturizer, and we're going to do, I don't know, how much do you do? Like 1 drop, 2 drops? I don't know. My intention for this is to kind of maybe in the summer use this, but I don't want to wear any makeup because I will get a little bit of color on like my arms and my shoulders just from, you know, exposure, even though I wear sunscreen, but my face does not budge. So I'm just going to, I don't know if I did enough, but okay, yeah, it's got some color. I think I did enough. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely gave me like some bronzy color to the skin. It doesn't really smell like anything, I don't think. No, I don't smell anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for just a few minutes, but I will say I kind of like that little bit of color that it gave to my skin. On its own, would it match me? No, absolutely not, but I could definitely bring it down my neck, put it on my chest, and I could rock this summer. I'm kind of liking this. Okay. All right, so this is what the complexion is looking like. I've had this on for a few minutes, let my moisturizer sink in, and I think it looks good. It gave me just a little bit of color. Obviously, if I mixed in more, I could get more color, but for today, I'm more so testing it out because I don't have a tan. I'm not planning on tanning anytime soon or doing anything like that, but it's good to know that it works and I have it in my arsenal if I need it. But let's go ahead and jump into some primers. So I have the new Wet n Wild Impossible, what is this called? The One Silicone Free Primer Stick. So I have used the Impossible primer. I used to absolutely love that primer, but that's back when I had like more oily skin. So I'm excited to test this out. This was sent to me from Influencer and I haven't used it yet. So this is what the product looks like. Also, per usual, I will link and list all of these products down in the description box with prices, what shades that I used, everything. So if you're curious about anything, as usual, always check down there. I put as much information in that description box as possible. But let's go ahead and try this out. I want to see what it feels like on the back of my hand. Okay, this feels like kind of cooling. It's clear. I don't know why I'm showing you that, but it has like a very cooling feeling. And what is this supposed to do? Let me see. Let me go to the website and see what's up with this. All right, so according to Wet n Wild, it says the silicone-free mattifying primer stick blurs the appearance of pores, seriously extends makeup wear, and delivers a blurring, flawless, soft focus finish, infused with a soothing blend of gooseberry and Jeju Blossom Extract. It provides seamless application for long-lasting makeup with a clean, silicone-free base. Okay, and it retails for $5.99, so that's not bad. I don't have a lot of oil or pores, but I'm just going to put this a little bit where I can get a little bit oily if the occasion rises for it. But it does feel pretty good, and I'm trying to see if any of that the bronzing drops are coming off on the stick, and they're not. Okay, that doesn't feel bad. Okay, it definitely has a mattifying effect. Like I can feel, you know, like that powdery soft feeling you get when you use a mattifying primer. Okay, I'm not opposed to a mattifying primer as long as I'm not using a mattifying foundation with it, and we're not, so. Okay, obviously we don't know about minimizing pores because I don't really have large pores on my face. I never have, but it definitely feels a little bit blurred. It definitely feels mattified. It doesn't feel drying though, which is nice. It doesn't feel like it sucked the life out of my skin. Let's move on to foundation. I picked up a new one. This is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint. So according to the website, this is a sheer to medium buildable skin tint with 5% niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and peony extract that delivers smoothing natural perfection. It blurs imperfections, finishes with a soft satin glow, and perfects while concealing redness and blemishes, so naturally it will look almost undetectable. Okay, yeah. Let's see how this works. I did pick up the shade Fair, and it has a pretty good shade range. I'm not going to sit and count that right now, but that's the shade range that it has. And this does retail for $8.99. I actually picked this up inside an H-E-B. What? Who am I? I went inside a grocery store. I actually went in. I had some time one day to kill in between appointments, and I really wanted to try some Moira products, so that might be too dark. So I went into my local H-E-B and I was like, okay, we're gonna see what they have, and they had the puniest little Moira section. I was really disappointed, but I did get an eyeshadow palette for this. But I saw this sitting there and it had new underneath it. So I was like, okay, we'll go ahead and try that, because I had already collected some other products to try. And I was looking for like a foundation, a concealer, a powder, and an eyeshadow palette. And I was really hoping Moira would fill in those gaps, but nah. There's another H-E-B that's not too far from me. It's in the opposite direction, but I wasn't going that way, so I might have to go to that one and see if they do, because that's a much bigger H-E-B. But if I'm unsuccessful there, I'll just have to place an order online. I've heard so many good things about Moira, and I really want to try out some of their products. If you've tried out Moira before and you have any suggestions of things that you really love, leave them down below, because I would love to test them out. Okay, this is what we're looking like. Not bad. I think the shade match is actually pretty good. This was the lightest one that they had, and I think it's not the lightest. This is Fair. It does go lighter than this, but I think, at least for what I have on today, this is going to be okay. I want to see if I can build up a little bit of coverage, like right here. I kind of like this dropper style application. I haven't used a dropper applicator for a foundation in a really long time, and I kind of like it. That's building up though. This does feel very lightweight. It feels hydrating, but it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't feel, you know, like there's a lot on my skin. All right, I like that. I like the way that that is looking. This is probably just a tiny bit too dark for me, but with the shade drops on, it works just fine. But I think in the future, I would probably need to add just a little bit of my white mix in with it. But Let's go ahead and move on to concealer. I don't have a new concealer. I couldn't find one. I did find one, but I couldn't find one in my shade. So I just went ahead and pulled my NYX Pro Fix concealer stick. I really enjoy this. I've already tested it and used it, but I like it. It's affordable. It's still on the newer spectrum. So we're gonna go ahead and use this today. All right, before we go in powder, I picked up one of the Flower Beauty liquid blushes. I know, you would think I would have learned my lesson after the Flower Beauty bronzer, but I didn't. I've heard people say they like this better, so I thought sure, let's go ahead and try it out. This does retail for $14.50 and it only comes in 5 different shades. This is the shade Peachy. I think this is gonna go with what I've picked. So let's squeeze her up. Hopefully this one won't explode on me. Okay, so far so good. It didn't explode on me like the bronzer one did. That was wild. But let's do like 3. Ooh, I hope this isn't too much. Okay. I'm gonna blend this out. Okay, this is definitely a better formula than that bronzer is. Oh, so much better. It's not patching, it's not grabbing, it's not lifting, it's not a nasty, muddy mess. My component didn't break, so that's a win. Okay. We'll see how the wear time is on this. Of course, I want to try it over powder products as well, but yeah. First impression, this is much, much better than the bronzer version of this because that was awful. I'm going to add just a little bit more over here. I want to see how it builds up. Okay, definitely buildable. The pigmentation is there. I am not mad about this at all. This is actually really nice. Okay. I've kind of stayed away from Flower Beauty because of that, the bronzer poof thing, but this is kind of redeeming the brand. Okay, for powder, I'm just going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is the shade Fair. I don't have a new powder to try, so I just again pulled an affordable powder. I haven't used this one much since the first time that I tried it, so I thought I would just go ahead and go in today and use it. So I'm going to set my under eyes and then set my face. All right, we are powdered, we are ready to go. I can still see a little bit of that blush peeking through. It did mute it down a little bit, but that's also not like a translucent powder. It has a little bit of a base, but let's do some bronzer. So I picked up one of the e.l.f. Primer Infused bronzers. This is new. I don't know if it's like reformulated new or what, but it says it's new on its website. It does come in 6 different shades and it retails for $7. I got the shade Forever Sunkissed. I think this is the lightest one that they have, but let's go ahead and try this out. So I'm just gonna go in with a Morphe brush. We're gonna pick this up. Okay. Let's see how this does. I liked that that bronzer palette that I got from e.l.f. I just didn't like the tones in it. The tones were very weird. It wasn't inclusive, whereas this, you just get the color that you want, and it does go, I mean, it doesn't go super deep. It doesn't go nearly as deep as it probably should, but it's definitely more inclusive than that palette was. And okay, this is given a little bit of color. It's very light. It kind of reminds me tone-wise and depth-wise of the one from Dolce & Gabbana that I just tried. It's giving off the same vibe. That looks good. Okay. I like that. That looks actually really nice. I feel like I've got some color back into my skin. Let's do blush because I also picked up one of the e.l.f. Primer Infused blushes. Now I know that these are not new. Yeah, these aren't new, but I know that they added new shades. I don't know if this is a new shade or not. I picked up Always Rosy. Again, this retails for $7 as well, and I just thought this was a really pretty color, and I wasn't the most impressed with the the blush that I tried last time from e.l.f. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out. I think that's a good color. I think it's pretty. It's kind of like a little bit on the neutrally side. It's not overly neutral, but it does look really pretty. So let's see what this is gonna do. Okay, she's got pigmentation. Yes. This is pretty. This is a good blush moment. I like it. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Okay, let's do some brows because I did pick up a new brow product, and this one is from e.l.f. This is the Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil, and I got the shade Neutral Brown. So we're gonna see what this looks like. This, let me find it. I know you're on here. Okay, this retails for $4. So not bad at all, especially if it's good. It does come in 6 different shades. I hope I didn't get one that's the wrong shade. No, I think that's gonna be a good shade. Yeah, much better than that last brow gel that I got. If you saw my video of me trying on a bunch of e.l.f. products, like a full face, I got a brow gel. I was excited about it, but it pulled so red. So let's do these brows. So if you're new here, I do have my brows microbladed on, but I like to go back with either just a tinted brow gel or a pencil and a brow gel, just because whenever I put on my foundation, it kind of takes some of the pigmentation away, and they're kind of fading a little bit right in here. You do have to get them touched up. They are permanent, but they can fade because of actives and exfoliants and all that stuff that we don't normally do on our body. But let's see how this works. So I did not pick up a brow gel though. So, okay, this is a little stiff, a little chunky. It's not bad, but I think if you don't have any brows, this is not gonna do really well to like build a brow. But I think if you kind of have like my situation where you've just got some sparse areas and you just wanna add some color back, this is pretty good. The color is really nice. I do like the color of this. And it's doing what I need it to do. Not bad for $4. Let me just say that. Much better than that last brow product that I got, but I still stand. It does feel very waxy, so I think it's gonna have a little bit of hold to it. I'm gonna try wearing this without a brow gel over top. I usually like to put on either my NYX Thick It Stick It gel or the Sephora brow mascara, or even the Urban Decay, what's that? Oh, the Big Bush Brow, that one. But I'm gonna try this just on its own and see if, because this is a little waxy, it's gonna give it some hold. Brows are on. They look really good. I'm impressed with that pencil. Again, I don't think that the tip is fine enough if you're trying to build your brow that it's gonna work, but for my situation, it works really nice. Let's throw something on these lips really quick because they are feeling dry, they're bugging me, and I need to. So I did pick up one of the ColourPop So Juicy liners and Plumping Lip Glosses. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I saw so many people raved about them, said that they were absolutely beautiful and that they really liked them. So when I was on the ColourPop website picking up the highlighter drops, I went ahead and grabbed one of each. So I picked up the shade Westwood in the liner. These do retail for $8, and then for the Plumping Gloss Balm, I picked up Vacay Mode, and these retail for $10. I have already tried this. I know that I like it. It is a beautiful combination. It's a beautiful formula. The lip liner has just a little bit of like a cooling, tingling effect. Nothing painful at all. Nothing that hurts. But it's beautiful. So that is the shade Westwood. I do want to let you know these also have like a scent to them. Oh, one hair. It's not much of a scent. You can smell it when you're putting it on, but it does go away. But let's go ahead and do the Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Vacay Mode. So it's one of those that you click up. It doesn't take much, and this is a little, It's not like as thick and goopy as the Makeup by Mario or the Tarte, but it's a little bit thicker than the one from e.l.f. I actually like this one better. I like the way this one goes on better. It kind of reminds me a little bit more of my YSL Candy Glaze that I love so much as far as formula goes. Beautiful. I love it. It's shiny, it's glossy, it's not sticky, it doesn't do that string thing. It's very comfortable. Again, it has that same kind of cooling effect, but it's nothing painful, and it just looks so beautiful on the lips. I really do like this. I'm glad that I picked it up. I'm glad that I convinced myself. Sometimes I just have to take a step back and buy it anyway, but we're gonna go ahead and throw on some highlighter real quick, and then we'll move on to eyes. So I did pick up one of the ColourPop Liquid Light Glow Drops. This is in the shade Sun O'Clock, which is a champagne shade. These retail for $10 on the ColourPop website, and they do come in 2 other shades, but I told y'all, since I had the Dior liquid highlighter coming, that I didn't pick up the pink because that one was pink. So let's see what this looks like on the back of the hand. This is very liquidy, and ooh, she is so shiny and reflective. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's throw a little bit of this on the cheek. So I'm just gonna go in with the brush that I used for my blush, and I'm just gonna pick it up on there and tap it on my cheek. Ooh, that's really pretty. I like that. I've kind of gotten into liquid blushes. I've started to respect them just a little bit more now that I have figured out how to like apply them, what the best way is. I like them. This is really pretty. So a little bit goes a long way, but it does blend out really nicely. It doesn't patch, it doesn't streak, it doesn't dry down super quick. Like, it definitely dries down, but I have a little bit of wiggle room. That looks really pretty. That's blinding. I like that. I love it. I'm here for it. Let's throw on some more because I still glow like it's 2017. That will never change. So it does dry down. It's on the back of my hand, and yeah, it dries down quick. So you don't have a lot of wiggle room. You do have some, but just be aware that when you put this on, you need to go in kind of quick. Up close, I don't know. It kind of, I think that might be a me thing. I'm gonna have to try this more, but it kind of grabbed a little bit right here, like where I didn't blend it fast enough. So maybe it dries down faster than I'm thinking it does. I take that back. It dries down a little bit faster than I thought, but I would just say do one side at a time. Don't try and do everything at once. Don't like dot it on and then try and go back. Just do one cheek at a time. Okay, let's play with some eyeshadow. So I pick up a couple of eyeshadow palettes. So I picked up another one of the e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadows just because I only needed like a couple bucks to get free shipping, and so I went ahead and threw this in because I liked the formula of the other one that I had that was like Poppin' Jalapeno or something. This one is Pumpkin Pie, but I don't think we're gonna try this one today. This is really pretty. I like this one. And I was going to use that one, but then I found this one from Moira, and it's purple. I love it. It's beautiful. It's going to go with what I'm wearing today. So we're going to play with this eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I went ahead and primed my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot. I don't have a new eyeshadow primer to try, but we're going to play with this Moira eyeshadow palette. This is the Loved by You palette. I don't know how new this is. According to HEB, it had new written on underneath it, but this does retail for $14, and this looks really pretty. I want to play with this shade right here, like this really pretty, like purple, almost like a duochrome. Like, what? what, y'all? Okay, but I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start with this shade right here, and I'm just gonna pick that up with a, where's my brush, with a Game Beauty EO6, and I'm gonna fluff this into my crease. Per usual, I'm not gonna get real intricate with, wow. I'm not gonna get real intricate with this look. I am kind of on a time crunch and I'm running a little bit behind, but I definitely wanna test out this formula. But look at that pigmentation, like, wow. That was immediate and that was very unexpected. All right, that first color is down. That's really pretty. That went on easily, but wow, is it pigmented? That kind of caught me off guard. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, the same brush, I just wiped it off, and I'm just gonna kind of fluff this along the edge to kind of soften where I got a little bit more pigmentation than expected, because yeah, I just was not expecting that. Okay, that's better. I like the way that's looking. Okay, let's build this up just a little bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this shade down here, this really pretty purple, and I'm just gonna pick this up with a Game Beauty EO1 brush, and I'm just going to very lightly build up some pigmentation in this outer corner, because wow. Yeah, that is pigmented. This is beautiful. Like, I'm blown away. All right, I'm gonna take that same color, same brush, and I'm just gonna bring this onto my lower lash line. Holy smokes, y'all. That is so pretty. This is a gorgeous palette. I'm so impressed by the formula. I didn't have any issues with this. Very minimal fallout, no kick up in the pan. It didn't patch, it didn't grab. It went on so beautifully. Like, okay, Moira, I see you. But I want to put this shade on my lid. There's only 2 shimmers in this palette, so I want to put this one all over my lid and this one on the inner corner. Oh, there's shade names on the back. So this one is called, I think, First Date, and this one is Forever. Maybe. That's what I'm going to guess. But we're going to go ahead and throw this on the lid, this in the inner corner. So I'm going to go in with my NYX glitter primer, put this on my lid, and then we will throw on some shimmer. Alright, so I'm going to pick this up with my finger. Okay, this feels nice and smooth. Oh my gosh, y'all. That is so pretty. That is reflective and gorgeous. It's so smooth, like, wow. I'm floored. I am blown away by this. I'm gonna go back with my Game Beauty EO1 brush, and I'm gonna go into this deep plum shade right here, and I'm just gonna very lightly put a little bit right where that shimmer and that matte meet, and then I'm gonna go back with my finger and kind of zhuzh it a little bit. So I have a nice soft blend, but y'all, that is absolutely beautiful. I'm blown away by the quality in this palette. It's just, yeah, I have no words. Let's move on to the inner corner. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm gonna go in with a Game Beauty EO5. I'm going to pick up that shade. I'm going to spray it with my MAC Fix Plus, and we're going to throw this into the inner corner. Okay, we picked up. I was trying to get it to pick up. That's really pretty. That's soft, but it's really pretty. I bet this would make a really pretty highlight too. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw on some liner really quick. I do have a new mascara to try, but I don't have a new liner, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw that on, and then we'll come back and do the mascara together. All right, so I just went ahead and threw on some mascara in my waterline. I didn't want to do liquid liner on my lid because we are trying a new mascara, but I did go in with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner Multichrome in the shade Pixie, and then I just curled my lashes really quick. So let's play with some mascara. I have the Wet n Wild So Defined Volumizing and Defining Mascara. This was sent to me from Influencer to try, but it is new. So we're gonna check this out, see what it does. Let me give you a price really quick. Okay, so this mascara retails for $7.99, and let's see what the wand looks like. Okay, that's an interesting little wand. It's a little on the bigger side, but it's definitely like the little silicone wand. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on one side, and then I'll give you a little close-up. Okay, this is going on nicely. It's a little on the thinner side. It's not chunky, but it's not watery either. So very easy. All right, so that is what one coat looks like on my eye. I did a little something, but I want to build it up and see what this does. Obviously, I'll continue to test this because it's really hard to tell what a mascara is like when it's freshly opened and after one use, because they usually age really nicely. I like a mascara after it's been open a little while and it's had a little bit of oxygen hit it, but this is not bad. This is not bad at all. Can y'all see that? Like, that looks really nice, actually. I'm pretty impressed with the way that it looks. It's not waterproof, but we'll see how it holds up. I definitely want to test it on a day when my eyes are super watery, but let me go ahead and throw this on the other eye. All right, so my mascara is on. It looks good. I'm liking the way that it looks. My lashes look lengthened. They look fuller. They look defined, but let's go ahead and set this face real quick. So I have the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray. I've never tried that one before, so I might need to pick up a mini so I can kind of test it, but this retails for $10, so let's give it a good shaky shake, and we're gonna go ahead and set this face. I usually set my face before I do my mascara, but this has such a fine mister that it'll be okay. Yeah, that feels really nice. It doesn't have a fragrance to it. My only issue with super fine misters, I tend to go overboard because I can't feel it hitting my skin, but that went on really nice. It feels really nice. It didn't lift, it didn't leave any water droplets, so yeah, not bad. We'll see how it wears, but let me go ahead and zoom y'all out just a little bit. We're gonna chat about first impressions of these products and kind of close out this video. All right, y'all, so I just wanted to show you what this makeup is looking like. This has been on almost 10 hours and it is starting to separate a little bit right here, but other than that, this has held up so nice. It has looked beautiful. My eyeshadow still looks like it did when I put it on this morning. There's no creasing, no fading, no nothing. Even around my mouth, it looks really good. So I'm so impressed with this face of makeup. All right, you guys, so this is the final look. I love the way that my makeup looks today. I'm really impressed, but let's chat about these products just really quick. So let's start with the e.l.f. bronzing drops. I like these. I don't have anything else to compare them to except for the Tarte, those bronzing drops. I don't remember what they're called, but I did like those. I figured out that I liked those mixed in with a lighter foundation and I liked them as a bronzer, so I will definitely try these that way as well, see how it works. This is what I understand a little bit of a stiffer formula because I've seen people try and put it on just straight on their skin and it patches and it grabs, but I didn't have that issue when I mixed it in with my moisturizer. It went on beautifully and it gave just a little bit of like a bronzy glow. So far I'm liking this. I think the formula is really nice. The Wet n Wild primer, this went on really nicely. It definitely had like a cooling feeling, and it definitely left me with like a mattified effect, kind of that powder-like finish, but it wasn't thick, it wasn't heavy, it didn't like suck the life out of my skin, so not bad first impression. It's not anything that I would normally gravitate towards, but yeah, I do want to keep trying this out. I used to love the liquid version of this, and I'm excited to keep testing that out as well. The Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint. I like this. I think that my skin looks absolutely beautiful. I'm hopeful. I want to see how it holds up throughout the day, but I definitely feel like I have just a flawless application. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel goopy, it hasn't sunk into anything, it's not breaking apart, it's not doing anything weird. So first impression, I really like this. I'm excited to see how this wears throughout my day. Let's move on to the Flower Beauty blush. First impression, I like this. They have redeemed themselves. I want to try this over powder and see how it wears, but first impression, I really like it. I think it went on beautifully under and just on top of my foundation, so I'm excited for this. I think the color is beautiful. It does have a really pretty sheen to it, so it's not full on matte, but it's not like glowy and shimmery either. The two e.l.f. Primer Infused products, the bronzer and the blush, I think these are really nice. These didn't blow me away. They didn't like stand out or anything. I think they went on really nicely. I mean, for a $7 blush and bronzer, you can't really beat that. The colors are good. The tones are good. They do look really nice on the skin. I'm kind of seeing some loss in pigmentation of the bronzer, but you know, that's okay. It is what it is. Everything can't be a winner, but first impression, they're okay. They're not anything that's blowing my socks off, but I need to keep testing those. Ooh, I made a mess with this. The ColourPop Liquid Glow Drops. I need to keep playing with these. These dry down really fast. I didn't think they did, and then after I went back and looked at everything, I realized that they do dry down really, really fast. So I need to play with them a little bit more and kind of see the best way to apply them. So I'm kind of on the fence. They do leave like a really pretty glow on the cheek, and as long as nobody gets like too close to me, you can't see where it grabbed a little bit. So I'm still on the fence about this one. I don't really have much of any thoughts, but the ColourPop liner and plumping gloss, I really love this. I think this looks absolutely beautiful. It's comfortable on the lips. It's not painful, but it definitely has like a little bit of a plumping effect, and I really like these colors, so I love those. The e.l.f. brow product, I like this. I think that my brows look really, really nice. Again, like I said before, if you're trying to build a brow, I don't think that this is going to be the best because it's not the finest tip in the world. Like, it's definitely kind of a thicker one. It is a little waxy and on the stiffer side, but my brows are already built for me. I already paid somebody to do that, so I'm just trying to bring a little bit of color back into them. So for what my needs are, I liked it. There's minimal hold to it, so I don't think this is going to be like a standalone product. I would probably put on a brow gel in the future, but I like it for what I needed it for. This worked really well, and I like the tone. It's not red. The Moira eyeshadow palette, I think this is my standout. I am blown away by the way that this went on, the way that it blended, the pigmentation, the smoothness. It didn't patch. I had very little fallout, just a tiny bit with that shimmer shade that I put on, but I'm excited to see how this wears throughout the day, if the pigmentation goes away, if it sticks around, if it creases, anything like that. I'm going to try and come back tonight and just throw in like a little video with my cell phone letting you know how everything held up, showing you what the complexion looks like, the eyeshadows look like, and all of that. But I'm excited for this so far. I really want to try more from Moira now. The mascara. This looks really nice. A fresh mascara, I'm impressed. So I'm really excited to see what this looks like after it's been open for like a week or two and I continue to use it. Maybe it thickens up just a tiny bit, but I think my lashes look really nice. We're gonna see how this holds up with watery eyes as well. Like sometimes even when it's not a waterproof mascara, it will still hold up really nicely, because sometimes they just immediately start streaming down your face, and sometimes they kind of hold up a little bit and just kind of like stays right around there. So we'll see what this does. My eyes will water at some point, I guarantee it. And the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I have to keep testing this, see how it holds my makeup in place, test it with other products, things like that. I definitely want to do a side-by-side comparison with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. But first impression, I like it. My face doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't feel like gummy, or it doesn't feel like I have hairspray on it. It did bring a little bit of life back into my skin because I was looking a little bit matte. It doesn't have a scent to it. It has a very fine mist. So first impression, I like it. I'm impressed with it, but I gotta keep trying it out. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know all of your thoughts. Let me know what you think of this look. Have you tried any of these? What are some of your favorites from these brands? I've tried quite a bit from e.l.f. and I've tried quite a bit from ColourPop, but like Moira, Wet n Wild, those are a little bit newer to me, so I'm still testing out the brands. But let me know what your favorites are. Let me know if you've picked any of these up, and yeah, let me know all of your thoughts. Let's have that conversation down below. Light up that comment section. And as usual, I want to thank you all so much for spending your time with me and watching my video. It truly does mean so much to me. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single day, most days, if not every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next video, have a good one.